Okay, so this is the third video for type 1. Let's start with number 5A. So this set is all about simplifying algebraic expressions, and you are tested if you know how to apply the distributive law and on how to combine like terms. Okay, so in 5A, you were given 4 times p plus 2q plus 3 times 5p plus 4q. So immediately, you should be able to recognize that you have to apply the distributive law, and that means you multiply 4 to p, and then 4 to 2q, and 3 to 5p, and 3 to 4q. As you can see from this step, we see that 4 times p is 4p, 4 times 2q is 8q, 3 times 5p is 15p, and 3 times 4q is 12q. And then to easily combine like terms, one thing you can do is to move or group the expressions in such a way that the same variables or the like terms are next to each other. So 4p and 15p will be next to each other, and 8q and 12q will be next to each other. So you could easily see that 4p plus 15p will become 19p, while 8q plus 12q is 20q. That is because 8 plus 12 is equal to 20. By the way, note that when you add like terms, the p will remain as p. You don't make them square. You don't make the q plus q square, because you're just basically adding the numbers. Okay. In letter B, what you're supposed to do is to simplify the expression 2a plus 5b minus 3a minus b. So this item is testing you if you know how to simplify an expression preceded by a minus sign. Now, for the expressions preceded by the minus sign, think of it still, this is under the distributive law, that when you distribute the negative sign, the minus sign, it's negative 3a, and then negative and negative b means positive b, as you can see in this step. Okay, so I remove the parenthesis. For the first group, removing it will not affect anything. It's still 2a plus 5b, but for minus the group or parenthesis 3a minus b, 3a becomes minus 3a, and then negative b or minus b becomes positive b, so that's plus b. And then similarly, like in letter A, we have to group the like terms, so 2a minus 3a, 5b plus b, so that's what you have here. 2a minus 3a, so you're subtracting 3 from 2, that will give you a negative 1a or simply negative a. 5b plus b, so adding the 5b and b will give you 6b. Okay. Next. Letter C is testing you if you can work with expressions with so many grouping symbols. Okay, so since this is in type 1, you have about 2 grouping symbols. You have the parenthesis and you have the bracket. Okay, so how do we work with expressions like this? The key here is to work from the inside. Okay, the key is to work from the inside. Inside means inside this grouping symbol. Okay, so if I have to simplify this, I see a minus 5 or minus parenthesis 5 plus 2p, which will be shown in this step. Okay, so note how the minus parenthesis 5 plus 2p was changed to minus 5 and then minus 2p. Okay, so you have the distributive law, minus 5 and then minus 2p. And from there, you have 12p and minus 2p is equal to 10p, and then you have the minus 5. And that's the only time that you can multiply 4. Okay? Some of the mistakes, or one of the mistakes done in the previous test is that you were you have multiplied 4 immediately to 12 and you forgot that it is also being multiplied to 5 plus 2p. Now, to avoid that error, I highly suggest that you work from the inside, simplify whatever is inside the group, And then from there, after you have simplified what's inside the parentheses or the grouping symbols, and that's the only time that you distribute the 4. So from here, so 4 times 10p minus 5, that's 4 times 10 is 40, so that's 40p. And then 4 times 5 is 20, so that's minus 20. Okay, so those are the items that I gave you to test whether you know how to simplify expressions, particularly on applying the distributive law and adding or subtracting algebraic expressions. Okay, so that's for this video. So this is number 5, A to C of Type 1, MT4, Basic Algebra, and Algebraic Manipulations.